दृष्टुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्. We have discussed the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes are IUPAC name alkanal and common name aldehyde. They are named after the carboxylic acid. The aldehydes constitute a homologous serage. The ketones also constitute homologous serage. The ketones, the common name is ketone, and the alkyl groups are named according to alphabetical order, whereas the IUPAC name is ketone. And you have done all these things in our nomenclature chapter, so I am not wasting your valuable time here. You can look to our nomenclature, there you can have the elaborately. Now we will come to isomerism of carbonyl compounds. So I have discussed in detail in our videos that isomerism. We have done the structural isomerism CPFMTR. You can see there everything I have done, but here I am done for only specifically what aldehydes and ketones exhibit. So they exhibit chain isomerism because of arrangement of the carbon-carbon chain. They can exhibit the position isomerism because of the position of the functional group. Now coming to functional isomerism. Aldehydes and ketones both have same molecular formula, different functional group. So an aldehyde, both aldehyde and ketone, they have the same molecular formula CnH2nO. So aldehyde is a functional isomer of ketone. Functional isomer of ketone. How? Now for the example, a ketone must have 3 carbon atoms. Aldehydes can have 1 carbon atom, 2 carbon atom, 3 carbon atom, but ketones will have 3 carbon atom, R, C, O, R. So we'll take an aldehyde containing 3 carbon atoms. The molecular formula will be C3H6O. It can be an aldehyde, it can be a ketone. So we can write the 3 carbon atoms in a long chain and then put the aldehyde is always the extreme carbon atom. The aldehyde group will be always an extreme carbon atom, and when you write as a ketone C, 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 here you have the ketone. And now if I put the hydrogen atom, this comes as CH3, CH2, COH. So this is a propanol. This is propanol, and this is a CH3, CO, CH3. This is propanone, 3 carbon atoms, ketone. This is propanone, and this is propanone IUPAC name, and the common name is acetone. The common name is acetone, and here the common name is propionaldehyde. It is propionaldehyde because it is an aldehyde of propionic acid. Propionic acid minus IC acid. So these two, they exhibit functional isomerism. Second type of isomerism, this aldehyde and ketone, both they are functional isomers. Now the aldehydes and ketones, they exhibit functional isomerism with unsaturated alcohol. So both aldehyde and ketone are functional isomer of unsaturated alcohol. They have the same molecular formula. Both aldehyde and ketone, they are functional isomer of unsaturated alcohol. How? Now you take CS3 acetaldehyde, CS3 COH is acetaldehyde. This is acetaldehyde. What the formula? C2H4O. Now this C2H4 we can write as also CS2 double bond CHOH. This is vinyl alcohol. This is vinyl alcohol. This is vinyl alcohol. So it is ethanol. Its IUPAC name is ethanol. Ethanol. And its IUPAC name is ethanol. This is ethanol. So they are vinyl alcohol is a functional isomer of acetaldehyde. Now if you come to acetone, if you take acetone C3H6O, let's take C3H6O. So it is an aldehyde, CS3, CS2, COH, propionaldehyde. This can be a ketone, CS3, CO, CS3, acetone. Now we want to make a unsaturated alcohol of this. So C3H6, we will write the alkene, C3H6, CS3, CH, double bond, CS2, OH. CHOH. CS3, CH, double bond, CHOH. 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is called allyl alcohol. This is called allyl alcohol. So this is propionaldehyde, propanol, and this is propanone or acetone. This name we have given already, propanone, and this is allyl alcohol. Its IUPAC name will be 1, 2, 3. So it is a derivative of propane, prop. At one carbon atom there is double bond, En, 1 En, all. 1 all. 1, 2, 3. So propene 1 all. Prop 1 En, or you can write prop 1 En 1 all, or you can also write propene. You can write prop En 1 all, you can write also. So this allyl alcohol is a functional isomer of acetaldehyde, propionaldehyde and propanone. They can be functional isomers. Now again third type of this, both aldehydes and ketones are functional isomer of cyclic ether. They can form ring chain isomerism. They can form ring chain isomerism. Ring chain, in a ring we can arrange them in a ring chain. So this they can exhibit ring chain isomerism also. That ring chain isomerism is also here as a functional isomer and ring chain isomer. Suppose you have acetaldehyde CS3 COH. We can write this in a ring as CS2 CS2O. We can write this as CS2 CS2O. This is ethylene oxide. This is ethylene oxide or epoxide. So children, here is a question to you for entrance exam. An organic compound has molecular formula C2H4O. The number of isomers possible 2, 3, 4, none of the above. So here you will 3 isomers, ethyl acetaldehyde, CS3CHO, vinyl alcohol, then it is ethylene oxide, epoxide. Now if you come to acetone, CS3, CO, CS3, we can write also in the form of a ring this. So we can write CH2, CH, then CS2, CS2, CS2. Here we can write O and O. We can write this. Or we can write also this as CS2, CS2, O here, and we can write here CS3. We can write this also here. So this is propylene oxide, and here we can write 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2 epoxy. Here the 1, 2, the long chain is ethane. 1, 2 epoxy ethane, then 1 carbon atom methyl. So 1 methyl epoxy ethane, 1 methyl epoxy ethane. So here you can have the acetone is a functional isomer of propanaldehyde, functional isomer of this epoxide, functional isomer of this. So you have to try and write. So these aldehydes and ketones, they have the functional isomerism, the structural isomerism. This, if you want to know more about it, you please go to our videos, classes on structural isomerism. We have 5 videos on structural isomerism. You open there. I have discussed here, but just you keep in mind the aldehydes and ketones, they exhibit chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, and ring chain isomerism. But now we'll come to the general methods of preparation of aldehyde and ketone. That's more important. That is chemistry of aldehyde and ketone. So we'll come to general method of preparation of aldehydes and ketones. So there are, because both contain one functional group, that is CO group, hence both aldehyde and ketone can be prepared by same method. That means it can be prepared from alkyl halides, because one clue I am giving you, when a carbon atom is bonded to the 4 are there. If you have 2 halogens, when a carbon atom is bonded to 2 halogens, these called gem alkyl dihalide. These called gem alkyl dihalide. In an alkyl halide, when the carbon atom is bonded to 2 halogen atoms, X are halogen atoms, maybe chlorine, maybe bromine, this X can be chlorine or bromine or iodine, gem alkyl dihalides. Now if we hydrolyze this, if we does the hydrolysis, then what will happen? This will give us OH and H. We know when the carbon atom have 2 OH group is unstable, loses a molecule of water. This I have taught you while teaching you alcohol. So this you get as COH. That means if you take a gem alkyl dihalide, hydrolyze this, the ultimate is a carbonyl compound. So if these two, this is R, this is H, we get RH aldehyde, and if this R and R, we get a ketone. This is one method you can hydrolysis. Now we have, if you come to the alkyne chapter, all alkynes on hydration, they undergo hydration to produce carbonyl compounds. This we have done in type of alkene. We have read in alkene, ozonolysis of alkene. During the ozonolysis of alkene, when an alkene is treated with ozone in presence of dry ether, a molecule of ozone is added in between the 2 carbon atoms containing the double bond, forming an ozonide. The ozonide is unstable due to the presence of the peroxyl linkage. Hence on hydrogenation produces a mixture of carbonyl compounds. This is a property we have discussed while discussing alkene. What I am telling you here, if you take an alkene, this is an alkene, C, double bond C. If you treat this with ozone, O, double bond O, coordinate covalent bond O. And if we take this in presence of ether, we take carbon tetrachloride, whatever you can take as an inert solvent, then pi bond will break and this ozone will be added to here, and we get the product as CO. This is ozonide. This is ozonide is unstable due to this peroxy linkage. This linkage is called as peroxy linkage, and this peroxy linkage is unstable. Why? Two negative atoms, they will have pull. So then what happen? If we hydrogenation, if you take this hydrogen in presence of palladium, this always breaks in a Y band. It breaks as a Y band. Means what? It will break here, it will break here, and it will break here. This will break as a Y band. So what you get? CO you get, and what you get? CO and H2O. So from the alkene we get, suppose this is H and R, we get H and R aldehyde, and this is R and R, we will get R and R. This we have done in alkene. So from alkene chapter we can get, and we have done alkyne. Alkyne anhydration produces unsaturated alcohol, which rearranges to form the corresponding carbonyl compound. These are the things we have done in our earlier chapter. So whenever you are reading a new topic, you go to the topics which you have read, whether I have got this compound from any other compound I have read or not. So alkene we have done, alkyne we have done. Now you go to alcohol. In alcohol we have done oxidation. Oxidation of primary alcohol aldehyde, oxidation of secondary alcohol ketone. Dehydrogenation of primary alcohol is aldehyde, dehydrogenation of secondary alcohol is ketone. You see children, you have done 5 methods already, you have done. Then only one method remains. Then comes the decarboxylation of calcium salts of carboxylic acid. So if a student reads organic chemistry in an open mind and open eye, and goes to earlier classes before coming to this compound which he is going to read, so he feels himself very easy. But what we do in the generally, we go on remembering 1, 2, 3, 4. Janagana mana adinayaka jaya. We go by this. That's the only reason we have a very wrong conception that organic chemistry is volatile. You have to remember. No, never. It is each human being is an organic compound. And since I am an organic compound, why I will be afraid of organic chemistry? So I have done already alkane, nothing I have got. Alkene I have done. Alkyne I have done. Alcohol I have done. 5 methods of preparation I will get from there. And only 1 or 2 methods here I will do the new thing. So I will just, as I have told you, for alkane, I taught you Ramadevi Women's College Hostel RDWCH. I have given you. And as a preparation for alkene, mnemonics, and for property SOAP, soap. Alkene, I have given you DHK and AOPO as the mnemonics for alkane and alkyne. Alcohol, I have given you that HRG, hydrolysis of organic compound, reduction of carbonyl compound, Grignard reagent synthesis preparation, and property is mega ASHP ODC. Now the same mnemonics I am giving you here. The preparation of aldehyde can be done here as HOD, head of the department, HOD, chemistry, HOD, physics, HOD, biology, like this. HOD what? Royal Society. HOD Royal Society. So this HOD is a common method for all. Aldehyde and ketone can be prepared, and this RS is only for aldehyde. This RS for only for aldehyde, and HOD, head of the department, it is for both aldehyde and ketone. By HOD method we will get the preparation of both aldehyde and ketone, and RS we go by aldehyde. If you go by this, very systematically you will remember. You will not be afraid of which reaction I will do. Just as I was telling you, while sleeping at night, you go on remembering HOD, what is H, what is O, what is D, and it goes to your mind. And morning when you get up, again HOD you remember, then for all time to come, you remembered it this. Now, what are these alcohols can be prepared by the following methods: HODRS. This is what is HOD. Now, H is hydrolysis. Always my mnemonics, the H stands for hydrolysis of alkyl gem dihalides. Alkyl gem dihalides. Then second method is hydration of alkyne. Hydration of alkyne. This H. Then O. I have done this in our alcohol chapter. Oxidation of alcohol. Primary alcohol on oxidation gives us aldehyde. Secondary alcohol on oxidation gives us ketone. Then fourth, O. Again O. Ozonolysis of alkene. Ozonolysis of alkene. This we have done in alkene chapter. We have done alkene. Then comes D. Dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation of alcohol. Primary alcohol when dehydrogenated, reduced to copper. Primary alcohol when heated with vapors of primary alcohol, when passed over reduced copper at 300 degrees centigrade, undergoes dehydrogenation to form aldehyde. The secondary alcohol forms ketone. Children, you see 5 methods is the last chapters we have done. There is nothing new. And then comes 6, D. This is a new method, decarboxylation. This is a new method, decarboxylation of calcium salts. Calcium salts of carboxylic acid. So this only method is a new method, that is this. So 5 general methods are hydrolysis of alkyl gem dihalides and hydration of alkyne we have done, and oxidation of alcohol, primary alcohol oxidation aldehyde, secondary alcohol oxidation ketone, then dehydrogenation of alcohol, primary alcohol dehydrogenation aldehyde, secondary alcohol dehydrogenated ketone, then decarboxylation of sodium salt of carboxylic acid, or dry distillation of calcium salts of carboxylic acid. This is a new thing, only you will a new thing you are adding here. So where is the question of remembering, where is the question of forgetting, and where is the question of getting afraid of organic chemistry? And if you go by this method, if each chapter you go by fundamental and each chapter you go by a systematic manner, by this mnemonics I can tell you 6 or 7 pages we will write the whole organic chemistry and keep a clipping, and every day we will look and revision complete. Now then comes the methods only for aldehyde. We have 2 methods. Royal Society, the head of the department of Royal Society. Now we will take this RS. So only for aldehyde, not for ketone. So only for aldehyde methods, only for aldehyde. These are the 2 important methods, which are the name reactions, will come as A, that is Rosenmund's reduction. Rosenmund's reduction, R stands for Rosenmund's reduction, and S stands for Stephen's reduction. Stephen's reduction. So these are the name reactions. They come in the exam. Rosenmund's reduction 2 mark, Stephen's reduction 2 mark. Children, when I will be teaching you benzaldehyde, I will go by the same mnemonics. Only here I am writing R, there I will write AR. Here I am writing R, there I will write AR. So a student, if he has understood my lecture in aliphatic compounds, while reading aromatic compounds, benzene plus this X plus delta X, the same method, there will not be any problem for you while learning aromatic chemistry. It will be more easier than the aliphatic chemistry. So let's come now, we go one by one. These are the methods that are only for aldehyde. Ketones cannot be prepared by these methods. Now we'll go by one, that is H, hydrolysis of alkyl gem dihalides. Gem dihalide, when a halogen atoms are bonded to same carbon atom, this is called gem. When the two halogen atoms, they are bonded to same carbon atom, this is called gem. And when the two halogen atoms are bonded to adjacent carbon atom, this is called vicinal. So why it is called vicinal? Because nearby, vicinity. There is no water in the vicinity of my house. Vicinity means nearby. Vicinity means nearby. So vicinal. And what is gem? Gem's clip. Gem comes from the word, is a Latin word. Gem comes from where? From the Latin word. Where? The gem is a twin. Gem is what? Twin. There is a twin. When two babies, when the two babies are delivered by a mother, so both will have one from one here, then one common goes to the mother's womb. So that is a gem. Gem's clip. In exam hall, exam board, you have a clip. Gem's clip. You are clipping the papers. Gem's clip. So gem is a word. Gem. Why gem? Gem is when you go to gem, जोटा आमे गेंडा बोली कहूँ जोटा को से ओपन होची आम जो छुई दौचे से क्लोज हो जो ओपन होची खोली जाऊँगी. It is closed and open at both. So that is called gem word, is their Latin word. So when the two halogen atoms are attached to same carbon atom is called gem alkyl dihalides. So with this common knowledge, the meaning of the word gem. So what you say? When a gem alkyl dihalide is treated with aqueous KOH or NaOH or alkali, so it will undergo hydrolysis. So suppose you take KOH, we'll take 2 KOH, so 1 KX will go, so this 2X will go, we get a dihydroxy compound, like this, and this is unstable. When a carbon atom is bonded to 2 OH group is unstable. So since this is unstable, this loses a molecule of water to form a carbonyl compound. This is the theory. This I have taught you while teaching oxidation of alcohol. While teaching oxidation of alcohol, I have taught you this. Any carbon atom when bonded to 2 OH group is unstable, loses a molecule of water. This OH and H, they go as a molecule of water. Who remains? Bond CO. So you got the carbon. Now if you want to prepare aldehyde, what you want here? You want H and R. So write R and H and everything. You want to prepare a ketone, RCOR, then write RR and prepare. So where is the question of remembering it? Once you know this, then what if you want to prepare acetaldehyde? Suppose I want to prepare acetaldehyde. What will I do? I will take CH3, here I will take H. So I will get CH3, here I will get H. Bas, my aldehyde is over, acetaldehyde over. I want to prepare acetone, I will write CH3. So here I will get CH3. So I don't, then only names I will write. Now let me prepare the acetaldehyde by this method. So what will I do? I will take this method, this compound, CH3, C, H, Cl, Cl. What is this? Ethylene chloride. Ethylidene chloride. This compound is called ethylidene chloride. ethylene chloride. So when this is treated with sodium hydroxide, this undergoes hydrolysis. This undergoes hydrolysis. So this two sodium atoms, they go with two chlorine atoms. So I'll get CS3, CH, OH and OH, and they lose a molecule of water. Now it will lose a molecule of water. This will lose a molecule of water. I'll get what? CH3, COH, acetaldehyde. So when ethylene chloride is treated with aqueous sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, undergo alkaline hydrolysis to produce a dihydroxy compound which is unstable, loses a molecule of water to form acetaldehyde. Suppose I want to prepare acetone. What will I do? I will take CS3 group, and I will take CS3 group, and I will take carbon, and here chlorine, and here chlorine. So 1, 2, 3. So what is this? 2,2-dichloroethane. 2,2-dichloroethane. If I take 2,2-dichloropropane. 2,2-dichloropropane. If I take this and treat it with sodium hydroxide or potassium dihydroxide, I will take aqueous sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Children, why I write aqueous? If I take alkaline, if I write alcoholic, that will elimination reaction. If I write aqueous, this is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. So now this 2 sodium hydroxide will go. So aqueous 2 sodium hydroxide. So these 2 chlorine atoms and sodium atom, they go as a 2 sodium chloride, and we'll get CS3, CH, OH, COH, and 2 NaCl. And this is unstable because of this, and this loses a molecule of water. CS3, CO. We get acetone plus 2 NaCl. We get 2 NaCl. So this is acetone. So 2,2-dichloropropane gives us acetone. So think first, you fundamentally, if you assume something, then the other preparation will not be a problem for you. You will not remember, you will not xerox things in mind. Once you form your own idea, how can I prepare it, then that will give you things. So next class we will be discussing, we have done the hydration of alkyne. Hydration of alkyne will go, then oxidation and etc. So next class we will discuss about hydration of alkyne, then we will go to oxidation and ozonolysis of alkene, and then we will go to other methods. So next class we will discuss the hydration of alkyne and other methods.